Where in the world am I? I'm in San Diego talking about Amsterdam, part 2, and advice for shopping for a new suitcase. Welcome back to the Dr. Mary Travelbest Guide podcast. I am so excited to be here to talk with you about Amsterdam. But first, we're going to cover an FAQ. This one, I'm shopping for a new suitcase. Where should I look for one? That's the question I got from a listener. And here's the answer. Before you buy a suitcase, I want you to think about how you travel, not just what looks cute in the store. On most of my solo journeys, I carry just a personal item. What that means is I travel so light that most people wouldn't want to. So here's my advice if you want a real suitcase. Start by looking at TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Costco, Macy's, Nordstrom Rack, Target, Amazon, and directly on brand websites like Samsonite, Travel Pro, Delsey, and others. Now, if you want to touch the suitcase, roll it around, lift it, test the handle, go to a store first. If you already know the size and brand you want, online shopping may offer you more options. Here's my practical advice. Do not buy it just because it's pretty. You have to roll it around the store. You have to lift it into the air as if you were putting it into an overhead bin. Check the wheels, open the zippers, pull the handle up and down several times. If it feels flimsy in the store, it's going to look even worse in the airport and feel worse. So for solo travelers, I usually recommend a lightweight carry-on spinner with 4 wheels. It should be easy to roll through the train stations, airports, sidewalks, and hotel lobbies. And if you take trains in Europe, remember, you may need to lift your bag up steps or onto luggage racks. So lighter is better. If you want reliability, you might want to compare Samsonite, Travel Pro, and Delsey. If you're looking at style, you might be looking at Beast, Calpac, or Away. My favorite suitcase shopping test is simple. Can I manage this bag alone when I'm tired? If the answer is no, keep looking. So if you like today's confidence challenge, which is about delving deeper into luggage and choices through the 5 steps of travel, from easy to more challenging, maybe you want to talk about foreign language communication tips. You can find this book series in the description. It's the 5 steps to solo travel, and book A addresses these concerns. Now for our destination. We're going to talk about Amsterdam. This is part 2 of 2, and it's a 3-day first-timer itinerary. So if you're thinking about traveling there, you want to enjoy the city without being overwhelmed, here's some good tips for you. So Amsterdam's beautiful, but it's also busy. You're going to see canals, museums, trams, trains, bikes, cafes, boats, and crowds. The city works well, but you need to pay attention. So my first practical tip is simple. Watch out for bikes. The bike lanes are serious. Don't stand in them. Do not wander onto them while looking at your phone. Look both ways before crossing, even if you think you're only crossing a sidewalk. So for day 1, you've arrived. Settle in and get oriented. If you're arriving by train, you'll probably come in through Amsterdam Central. The trains in the Netherlands run on time, and the system is very efficient. So it doesn't mean that you'll feel easy when you're tired carrying luggage and trying to read signs in a new city. So give yourself some extra time. Know whether you're taking a sprinter train, a metro, a tram, or a bus. Now, when I arrived in July 2025, I stayed at Via Amsterdam near Diemen Zuid. It was outside the city center, which meant I needed to use transit. But it also gave me a less expensive base. So if you're staying outside the center, make sure your lodging is close to a train or metro station. This matters more than almost anything else. On your first evening, keep things simple. Check in, do laundry, take a shower, organize your day bag for the next day. And if your lodging offers free breakfast, consider taking it. Yeah. For your first meal, choose something nearby rather than trying to cross the entire city. Amsterdam has many cozy restaurants and cafes. You might try Dutch pancakes, or if you want something sweet, look for stroopwafels. If you have energy, you can take a short evening walk near a canal or a transit station. So don't overschedule your arrival day. Your goal is to learn how the city moves. Now, let's talk about day 2. You're going to start by heading toward the museum quarter. This is where you can visit the Rijksmuseum, the Van Gogh Museum, and the MoCo Museum. If you choose only one, I recommend the Rijksmuseum for a first-time visitor seeking a broad introduction into Dutch art and history. So for Americans, the Rijksmuseum is a little bit like the Smithsonian. Give yourself at least 2 hours, right? And if you love art, you're probably going to want to spend much more time here. Wear those comfortable shoes. Museums can be more tiring than you expect. After you visit the museum, go outside and enjoy the neighborhood. You can see the Van Gogh Museum, and you can see the MoCo Museum too. If you love Van Gogh, book your tickets to the museum in advance. And yes, wearing sunflower socks, like I mentioned last week, it's optional, but I recommend it to bring a little joy into your travel wardrobe. Now, in the late afternoon or evening, you might want to take a canal boat tour. A boat tour gives you a different view of the city and lets you rest your feet while still sightseeing. I noted a dam boat tour as an option, and I think a canal cruise is one of the best first-time experiences in Amsterdam. You see the architecture, the bridges, and the water culture from a calm seat. Now, after your canal cruise, you want to have dessert maybe. Go out and find a sweet spot and end the day with a relaxed dinner. If you like seafood, try kibbeling, which is Dutch battered fried fish. I had a memorable fish dinner, and I think you will find that there are some great surprises for you in store too. So now I'm talking about day 3. What are you going to do there? I'm recommending go visiting some neighborhoods, some local flavor, and maybe a flex outing. So on the 3rd day, now you're going to have the transit system better. Start with a slower breakfast. This could be things like granola, fruit, tea, or something from a local grocery store if you're traveling on a budget. I often carry simple food with me so that it gives me flexibility. Then you can choose one of these 3 directions. You can either stay in Amsterdam and explore the neighborhoods beyond the most crowded tourist areas. Walk, take photos, stop for coffee, and notice daily life. Of course, the bikes, the flowers, the apartment buildings, small shops, and people going to work. Option 2 is to visit Haarlem. That's Haarlem with 2 A's, Haarlem. It's a nearby city that makes a good partial day trip from Amsterdam. It gives you a different Dutch experience without requiring a complicated travel day. And don't forget the Corrie ten Boom Museum. Now, option 3 is plan a windmill experience. You mentioned a windmill bar, and while not every location will fit into every itinerary, the idea is wonderful. Connect the famous Dutch windmill image with a real place where you can sit, drink, relax, and enjoy the setting. Now, for your final afternoon, return to Amsterdam Central and allow time for wandering. Buy some stroopwafels or a small food gift. Look for apple syrup, apple stroop. Take a final canal walk. Sit somewhere cozy and practical for the spirit of Amsterdam. And before leaving, review your transportation plan. Now, trains leave on time. It's wonderful, but it also means you should not be casual about your schedule. So get to the platform early and know your platform number. Watch the signs. Okay, so that's Amsterdam. I hope that you enjoyed the warm stroopwafel, a canal ride, a quiet museum library, and a conversation possibly with a roommate, and a good meal in an unexpected neighborhood. And now for my travel missteps. Now, I always try to end on a good note. My mistake for this city was trying to understand everything at once. Amsterdam works really well, but it takes a day to feel comfortable. And I did end up getting a massage, which really helped me to relax. So that's a good tip. Another tip is don't stay only in the tourist center. A hostel or hotel near a good train station can save money. And Amsterdam rewards alert travelers. So pay attention, stay flexible, and let the city teach you how it moves. So thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next journey.
What's on your travel bucket list? Tell the doctor and her team of women who travel the world seeking the very best. Dr. Travelbest, that is.